Oh, there you go, stand corrected again. That's the four captains for this afternoon. Roger Measer, Mike Beaumont, Alan Blewett and Mark Loram. But who knows, 20 years from now he could be sitting in the other seat. Very nice silver plaques to commemorate riding in the North versus South 20 years apart. Makes it all worthwhile when you get a presentation like that. Means that people haven't forgotten what you did in yesteryear and in all those days between. So congratulations to Mike Beaumont, Roger Measer and Alan Blewett, and our other captain for this afternoon, the captain of the South Solos, Mark Loram. Give them a wave and a cheer as they go round. Here come the rest of the parade of riders. Being led by number 73, Julian Phipps. That was his younger brother, Adrian Phipps, that went round in the juniors there earlier. 47, Steve Smith. 120, Jamie Pantry. 21, Tommy Palmer. 24 got by without me noticing. Dean Barker. Richie Knight, I can see there. Mark Giles, Ben Howe. These boys also always seem to go past too quick. John Dormer, Alan Dan, Doug Norris, Rob Andrews, Andy Cullen, Andy Hopton rather, Justin Shaw, Dean Camia, Terry Giles, Ricky Sanford, Alan Moggridge, Martin Hollingsby, Duncan Tollis with young son John. On pillion, Les Card going by. Andy Cullen there, Paul Mitchell, Jason Jennett and Lucas Dodd. Arthur Livings, there's another man who could well have been riding at the time, 1971. Steve Wilson there, David Mears, Chris Tritton. Some funny letters on this afternoon, trying to fool us. Indeed, Don's just checked it out, and Arthur Livings was riding in the North versus South meeting. I think he only rode 250s and 350s in those days and not 500, so wouldn't have been in the team, but he was there in the meeting. Looks like John Wilson there, number 214, and number 10, Darren Sutton. Sidecars coming round now then, and number 15, Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowes. Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith. That's Steve Smith there nursing his collarbone, sitting on the back. Broken collarbone, broke it in a motocross meeting while keeping fit for grass. So bad luck there for Steve Smith not being able to take part this afternoon, but young Adam Coper-Smith, who has raced with Charlie Coleman, Tim Bennett and just about everybody who's anybody, Mick Cameron the other week in the Intercentre. Then we have there number 71, Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. Number 60, Bob Braceby and Kevin Simmons. Man who's come back this year from injury, out of retirement, back racing. Then we've got there number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Seem quite right. Paul Nunnery and Ian Whale. Kevin Gillen and Joe Wright. Richard Jenner and Rick Colvin. Stephen Turner and Tony Basely. And then number 44, Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds. And Pete Colvin. And I'm not sure who that was with Pete Colvin this afternoon, but Paul Baseby I think it was. Dave Steer and Mick Cave and Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. Neville Bent up there with John Mitten. 250cc's underway then, race number 1 in your programme, and young Richie Knight goes straight into the lead. Richie Knight, number 229, is in front. Down the straight they come, and it's Richie Knight from John Belcher, Wayne Andrews right alongside, then Arthur Livings, who, as we said earlier, was riding 20 years ago. And indeed rode in the North versus the South meetings in the support races as he is today. John Belcher looks like he gets trouble, and Wayne Andrews comes up and snatches that second place, but Richie Knight is pulling away all the time. Richie Knight drifts a little bit wide, Wayne Andrews follows him out there, and then John Belcher follows him out there as well. So Oh, Richie Knight pulling away again from the rest of the field as he goes up that back straight, and John Pilcher makes up a little bit of ground on Wayne Andrews. In fact, John Pilcher now going to try to go round the outside of Wayne Andrews as they come round that top turn. Richie Knight leads. John Pilcher goes very wide. Wayne Andrews holds the tighter line. Who's he going to be past the flag here? It's still Wayne Andrews from John Pilcher. In half a living, Robin Pilcher, Colin Beechin, and John Gibbons. Oh, Richie Knight now with a commanding lead, just half a lap from victory in race 1 this afternoon. Round that turn he comes. Looks a little bit wide, but gets the wheels in line. Takes the checkered flag. A win for 229, Richie Knight. From 228, Wayne Andrews. Then 49, John Pilcher. Then 71 after livings. 174, Robin Pilcher. 611, Colin Beechin. And 181, John Gibbons. Bringing up the rear. The official result then of race number 1 was a win there for 229, Richie Knight. In second place, 228, Wayne Andrews. In third place, 49, John Pilcher. In fourth place, 71, Arthur Livings. In fifth place, 174, Robin Pilcher. In sixth place, 611, Colin Beeching. In seventh place, 181, John Gibbons. No eighth finisher, and unfortunately no time for that one. Stopwatch playing up. In we go with race number 2. Then the 250s go off the line again, and away they go up that first straight in full flight. You see John Dormer in second place at the moment, challenging hard, and just holds the motor on that little bit longer into that turn to take the lead. Number 76 next, John Dormer. Making the dirt slide, he comes out of that corner. Up into second place goes number 75, and then 133, Jeff Sims. Number 75 being Lee Street. Lee Street there gone up into second place. Young Tom Palmer forcing his way up through the field, I can see there now. Young Tom Palmer is up to third place. Goes very well on the long tight circuit. 76 then, John Dormer. From 75, Lee Street. Then 21, Tommy Palmer. Then 133, Jeff Sims. Then Mark Giles, Rob Andrews, Steve Smith, Alan Dan, and Martin Filmer. Well, those positions remaining mostly unchanged, and John Dormer still holds the lead, but Lee Street not giving up. He's fighting hard every inch of the way there to try and catch up with John Dormer. And don't forget, John Dormer was second in this year's British Championship to Mark Wadsworth. A creditable second there to John, and no doubt he'd be there trying to improve again next year. Young Tom Palmer making up a lot of ground in third place on that Honda Westlake Special. John Dormer now lapping the tail end as he comes round. The checkered flag as they come out of this turn. 76. John Dormer. Lee Street comes up hard on the inside, but it's just on John Dormer from Lee Street, from Tommy Palmer. Then Jeff Sims, Mark Giles, and Rob Andrews. Then Steve Smith and Alan Dan bringing up the rear.
A great win there for number 76, John Dormer. An even better place there for number 75, Lee Street, in his first ever adult meeting. He actually came second in the 250 Schoolboy British Championships last weekend. Third, 21, Tommy Palmer. Fourth, 133, Jeff Sims. Fifth, 26, Mark Giles. Sixth, 227, Robert Andrews. Seventh, 47, Steve Smith. Eighth, number 20, Alan Dan. And ninth, number 8, Martin Filmer. Winner's time, 1 minute 35.34 seconds. 76, 75, 21, 133, 26, 227, 47, 20 and 8. Winner's time, 1 minute 35.34 seconds. Over to Martin.
And race 3 it is. Non-starter in this one is number 36, Roy Gold, but the rest of it is as per programme. And Terry Giles fights his way to the front there, with Steve King in second, Julian Phipps in third, and Jamie Pantry in fourth. Then Adrian Hart, and a long way back there, 139, David Mears, obviously missing the start. Oh, Terry Giles pulling the front wheel in the air as he goes up that back straight with an impressive lead now over Steve King, but then Julian Phipps fighting hard to try and take that second place. Terry Giles, Steve King, Julian Phipps, Jamie Pantry. Well, Terry Giles is quite a newcomer really to the adult grass scene, and he's doing it very well. In fact, leading this one, then Steve King, who's been about for a day or two, then Julian Phipps, who hasn't been around too long, and Jamie Bantry, who's fairly new on the scene. So a mixture of new and old, or young and old. Last track talent. Not that Steve King is that old, really. Terry Giles leads, Steve King in second place, then Julian Phipps, then Jamie Bantry, David Mears and Adrian Harden. On this turn for the last time, looking for that checkered flag. A win for number 300, Terry Giles. From 66, Steve King, then Julian Phipps, number 73. Then 120, Jamie Bantry. 139, David Mears. And number 2, Adrian Harden.
73, 120, 139 and 2. Winner's time, 1 minute 38.92 seconds. We don't know what happened to Dean Camier in that one, but he should have been in that one, didn't come out. 500 support solos to come out. One of the raffle prizes today, which to the value of £35, is one of the clock photographs from Graham Kimber's photograph stand today. To the value of £35, the clock with photos of your own choice. So buy some raffle tickets. I assume they've already been going round, but we haven't seen them yet. And they're away. And it's Stuart Dempsey, I think, gets down to it. No, it's not. It's Adrian Harden, sorry. I think Stuart Dempsey should have been in this one. Adrian Harden in the lead. And Les Carr dropped it from Doug French in second there. As I said, this is a support race. Les Carr trying to get started up there. He does, and he's put on a lot of weight, swelling those leathers out. Yeah. Adrian Hart now on his second lap from Doug French. Andy Hogben. And Mick Webster. And Les Carr starting to get the power on. Andy Cullen. And Les Carr dropped it. Again, as Anne was saying. Michael Randall is the leader, Adrian Harden on his last lap now. Got to give Les Carr his due, he's keen, he's back on and he's going round there quite fast. The leader coming around the top end for the last time. Les Carr looks down as though something's wrong. It's going to be a win for Adrian Harden from Doug French in second, then Mike Webster, then Andy Hogben. Les Carr obviously not going to bother to finish. Michael Randall comes around to take the checker flag. Just one more rider. And that's Andy Cullen to finish.
Michael Randall Sr. And in sixth place, number 201, Andy Cullen. No seventh finisher, the winner's time, 1 minute 46.80. From the top then, 2, 119, 161, 110, 620, 201. 1 minute 46.80. Over to Don for race 5.
And they're away. Robin Pilcher off to a good start down that back straight and into the lead. David Mears coming up there very fast. Robin Pilcher on the inside, David Mears on the outside. David Mears takes the lead from Paul Watson. Sorry, I've got my muddle up there. I'm sure that looked like Robin Pilcher, but David Mears from Paul Watson and Malcolm Smith. David Mears, who rode well for the centre last week. Paul Watson, Malcolm Smith, Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw, and David Green bringing up the rear. David Mears keeps looking down as though something's wrong. Paul Watson going well in second. Malcolm Smith, Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw and David Green bringing up the rear. The leader increased his lead a little bit more. Still looking down. Something's definitely wrong. A win for David Mears. From Paul Watson in second, Malcolm Smith, Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw, and David Green bringing up the
Blewitt. Dave Steer and Mick Cave, Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds, Neville Penfold, John Mitten and Ken Lane, Mark Edwards. There they go, up that first straight. Alan and John Blewitt lead for the north into the first turn from Dave Steer and Mick Cave in second place. Ken Lane goes right round in a circle and tips over. Red flag, great thing stopping the interest of safety, and Ken Lane there unfortunate to spin into that first turn. Doesn't look like either rider or passenger up at the moment. They rolled the sidecar over and I think that was Ken Lane that ended up underneath it. Not sure which one's which. One's standing up, one's kneeling down.
Himself. Well, it looks so Ken Lane's back in the lineup. Over to Martin again.
Well, the rerun then of race 6, and away they go up that straight. Another good flat out blast, and Alan and John Blewitt look like getting into that first turn first again, with Dave Steer and Mick Cave going around the outside. Then Bob Bracey coming to them on the inside there, and trying to take lead from Alan and John Blewitt. They go down that straight with Dave Steer and Mick Cave in hot pursuit on the outside. Look at that for an exciting turn into the grass track history books. Here at the north versus the south. Look at them coming round there. 17, Dave Steer takes the lead from Alan and John Blewitt, then Bob and Tony Baisby, then Neville Penfold and John Mitten, then Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, and then Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds. At the moment. Those competitors in here who were in the original North versus South all that time ago, and they were very strong in the sidecar. Class then, round that turn they come then. Number 17, Dave Steer and Mick Cave lead from Neville Penfold and John Mitten in second place, then Alan and John Blewitt in third, then Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, then Bob Bracey and Kevin Smith. Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds bring up the rear. Well, Dave Steer then. Right this afternoon for the north. All over the place there, and Neville Penfold's come right round the outside. It's a long way round. Will it pay off? That's a win for the north. It's Dave Steer and Mick Cave, followed by Neville Penfold and John Mitten. Not too sure why they got over that line first. Right, take laps out of the race now. We're on the last lap now. I thought that was the finish and I was travelling away, but it's not over. Dave Steer again holds that tight line. Neville Penfold charges around the outside. Let's see if we can get it right this time. Dave Steer and Mick Cave win. Neville Penfold and John Mitten in second place. Then Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. And very close there between Bob Bracey and Alan Blewitt. And bringing up the rear there, Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds.
And Alan Murray, who was actually passenger in Charlie Coleman, who is actually riding now, finishing in 6th position. Coming to the line for the next heat, and the North are in the lead by 1 point at the moment. We got that quick update for you. How about that? Straight from Anne's Mouth. I didn't say the horses, I said straight from Anne's Mouth. Yes, over to Martin as they come onto the line for the race 7.
North leading then 11 to 10. The North leading 11 to 10. Let's see what race 7 has in store. Number 15 then, Ivor Matthews and Mick Dowes. Roger Measer and Steve Bailey. Richard Jenner and Rick Colvin. Additional runner in this one, not number 13 John Halsey, but number 1 Rob Cameron. 51 then, Roger Measer leaps into the lead ahead of Tim Bennett and Stephen Turner. Then Ivor Matthews going right there, the outside there. Rob Cameron. That's up into his second place. With Adam Cobra Smith in the chair, not Steve Smith as I said in the change of riders. Roger Measer then, holding that slim advantage. Number 1, Rob Cameron trying to come up on the inside, and then number 15, then 12, 82, bringing up the rear. Unfortunately retiring on that bottom turn. Well, the captain for the South, Roger Measer, keeping that lead from number 1, Rob Cameron and Adam Cobra Smith. Then Ivor Matthews and Mick Dowles. Then Tim Bennett and Jason Glenning. Then Jeff Turner and Doug Tracy bringing up the rear. All action North versus South side cars this afternoon. No support races. Everybody's in one team or the other. Roger Measer then leading for the South at the moment on his last lap. From number 1, Rob Cameron and Adam Cobra Smith. Then Ivor Matthews and Mick Dowles. Tim Bennett and Jason Glenning. Jeff Turner and Doug Tracy. Roger Measer then, all north. Rob Cameron for the north. Sorry, Roger for the north and Rob Cameron for the south. Tight finish there. Just going to 51, Roger Measer. A win for the south. And in this one, for the south, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby, Kevin Gillin and Joe Wright. For the north, Paul Nunnery and Ian Whale, Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis, and Shane Baker, Clinton Martin. That's the runners in race number 8. So as they leave the line there and go towards that first turn, a very even start. Nobody really sorted themselves out yet, but Rob Wilson and then Shane Baker. Shane Baker takes up the lead, and here we first corner there. One man in third place. But 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones snatch the lead round that turn. Drift a little bit wide and allowing Shane Baker to come up on the inside, but Rob Wilson and Vince Jones lead from Shane Baker and Vincent Martin. Those first three are well clear, and the last three are really right now. So, 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones for the south, leading in second place. Shane Baker and Clinton Martin for the north. So the south lead, then the north again in number 71, Mark Wells. Jarvis, then Colvin and Paul Baseby, then corner 19 Wales. Still getting rather spread apart now as the race continues. They turn around this turn looking for the last lap flag, and it's the south in the lead at the moment with Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, followed by the north, Shane Baker and Clinton Martin. In third place, the north again in Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. Then the south, Pete Colvin. Then the north, Paul Nunnery. And then the south, Kevin Gillin bringing up the rear. So again, a well-shared set of points. The north led the first race by 1 point, and the south drew back and got up 1 point in front. But this is a win for the south again. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones from number 39. Shane Baker and Clinton Martin, then Mark Wells, then Pete Colvin, then Paul Nunnery, then Kevin Gillin. And at the moment it's even Stevens on the points. Not sure what the actual total is. It's 31 each. 31 each at the moment. So as you can see, they're very evenly matched. Over to Martin. Solo's underway then, north versus south, and away they go up that first straight. In this one, John Murray for the north, Dave Steen for the north, Ricky Sanford for the south, Steve Wilson for the south, Stuart Dempsey for the north, and we have a faller on that turn. Number 1, Mark Lauren for the south leads from 10, Darren Sutton, and the red flag goes up. The race being stopped in the interest of safety. There's 3 riders down. One looks like Paul Mitchell. For the South, Darren Sutton, Paul Hurry, Mark Loram and Paul Mitchell.
Don't forget, next week we've got an even bigger meeting in the southeast than this week's. That's the second round of the British Masters at Collier Street, the boarded circuit. That is going to be a cracker, so don't forget that. Put it in your diary now. It should already be there, but next week the British Masters second and final round, which will be a humdinger at Collier Street. Over to Martin as they come to the line.
Race number 9 then. Underway again. Up the first straight. Now look like Mark Loram making a dramatic start and leaving the rest of them standing up that straight. Certainly got a very quick motor in that machine. Number 1 then. Captain for the South. Mark Loram leading. The North versus South Challenge. Mark Loram then. Then number 61. Sean Tacey in second. Paul Hurry in third. So the South are first and third at the moment, and the North are in second and fourth. Fourth place, Mike Beaumont. Then in fifth place, the South is Darren Sutton. And then the South again, Paul Mitchell. But Mark Loram really leading the way. Paul Hurry pulling wheelies down the straight. And then Sean Tacey, Darren Sutton, Paul Mitchell, Mike Beaumont, and Jason Hilliard. Well, Mark Loram certainly showing his class, as he indeed is at next week's British Masters meeting. And indeed he leads on 38 points, or joint leads, I should say, on 38 points in the Masters. But this is the North versus South, and he is scoring maximum points in his first ride for the South. That's number 1, Mark Loram. In second place, number 86, Paul Hurry. And in third place, for the North, Sean Tacey, then Paul Mitchell, Darren Sutton, Mike Beaumont, and Jason Hilliard. Checker flag went there then for Mark Loram. Second place to Paul Hurry, and then Sean Tacey. Oh, Mark Loram in scintillating form there. Really doing the business. This is King John. We can thoroughly recommend that bitter. That's very, very good. Up the straight they go then, and Duncan Tolhurst leads from Steve Wilson in second place. So Duncan Tolhurst for the South, Steve Wilson also for the South, and then number 12, Dave Steen for the North, holding third at the moment. Then Ricky Sanford riding for the South there in fourth place. Steve Wilson goes very wide and lets that Northerner in, so the North come up into second place. The South lead. Duncan Tolhurst is out in front, leading the North versus the South Challenge from number 12, Dave Steen in second place. Then Steve Wilson, then Ricky Sanford, then Jason Jennett. Young Tom Palmer pushing his machine to the centre of the track. I think the back wheel looks like it's locked up there. Trouble for young Tom Palmer. Going forward, then Duncan Tolhurst moving on the power, coming down to take down black flag. The South in the lead, the North in second place, then the South in third, and the South in fourth. Duncan Tolhurst, Dave Steen, Steve Wilson, Ricky Sanford, then Jason Jennett. Tom Palmer still in trouble there on the inside of the circuit. But that's a win for number 74, Duncan Tolhurst for the South. In second place, number 12, Dave Steen for the North. Then Steve Wilson for the South. Then Ricky Sanford for the South. Jason Jennett for the North.
A great win there for number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. In second place, number 12, Dave Steen. In third place, 215, Steve Wilson. In fourth place, 04, Ricky Sanford. And in fifth place, 165, Jason Jennett. No other finishers. Winner's time, 1 minute 26.53 seconds. 74, 12, 215, 04, 165. Over to Martin.
Off the line they go then, the 500cc's again, North versus the South. An impressive lineup in this line. John Wilson, Ben Elchrist, Ricky Garrick, Agg, Alan Boggs, John, they're all there. And coming in first place, number 7, Alan Boggs leads. With number Gary Tagg. So Alan Roberts leads again for the south. Alan Roberts leads for the south, and Ben Howe there in second place, number 244, riding this afternoon for the Northern team, and then number 69, Gary Tagg. He's also riding for the Northern team, so the North are gaining a few points in this one. Still getting rather spread out. That was the same from 4th to 3rd place. And number 7, Alan Roberts leads. From 244, Ben Howe. Then number 3, Chris Britton. Then number 69, Gary Tagg. So as I say, the North doing a little bit better in this one. They need to make up a few points. The Northern team now scoring 32 and the South team Number 7, Alan Roberts wins for the South. Ben Howe in second place for the North. Number 3, Chris Britton in the South. Then number 29, 69, 14, 214 and 65.
John Wilson, and 8th, number 65, Lucas Dodd. Winner's time, 1 minute 26.27 seconds. 7, 244, 3, 291, 69, 14, 214, 65. Winner's time, 1 minute 26.27 seconds. On to the 250s, and Jamie Pantry gets off to a good start. Wayne Andrews there also. But it's into the corner first, it's John Pilcher. Sorry, try Dean Camia. Dean Camia this time out and in the lead from John Pilcher, Wayne Andrews, Jamie Pantry, Steve King and then Mark Giles. I'm seeing riders there that are not there. But it's Dean Camia in the lead from John Pilcher. John Pilcher closing on Dean Camia on that top end. Dean Camia got a lot of points to make up. In the lead from John Pilcher, Wayne Andrews, Jamie Pantry, David Mears, Mark Giles, and one of the veterans, no it's not, 181, Jonathan Gibbons. I was just going to say that was Arthur Livings. Same sort of leathers, similar style, with a bull taco. As the leader, now is John Pilcher. John Pilcher streaking away from Dean Camia on their last lap now. Still Jamie Pantry in 3rd, David Mears in 4th, Mark Giles in 5th. John Pilcher really improved rider. Dean Camia going a little bit wide there. Wayne Andrews must have come off it and see what happened to him. As the leader comes around that top end, up the finishing straight now, it's a win for John Pilcher from Dean Camia in 2nd, Jamie Pantry in 3rd, David Mears in 4th, Mark Giles in 5th, Martin Hollinsby just come from somewhere, from nowhere, as the scrap goes on between Wayne Andrews and Jonathan Gibbons. 49, 44, 120, 139, 26, 228, 181, 1 minute 32.54, over to Don for race 13. Yes, that way. Richie Knight up into 2nd place. The leader there is Lee Street, up from Schoolboys in his first adult meeting, leading Richie Knight. So Lee Street on an Antique Kajiba. Dropped back to 2nd now, but he's not disgracing himself one bit. He's a rider that's been around a few years for Schoolboys and doing well in his first adult meeting. Richie Knight from Lee Street, Terry Giles, Tommy Palmer, Steve King, Robin Pilcher and Adrian Harden bringing up the rear. Lee Street in 2nd, Terry Giles in 3rd. They've had a lot of battles in the past at Schoolboys. But it's Richie Knight really flying after seizing up in the Intercentre Team Championships last week down in Cornwall. Obviously got that sorted out okay. It's still Lee Street holding 2nd from Terry Giles in 3rd. Tommy Palmer on the special there, going well in 4th. As the leader, Richie Knight, comes up to take the checker flag. A win for Richie Knight from Lee Street, Terry Giles, Tommy Palmer, Steve King, Robin Pilcher, and to bring up the rear, Adrian Harden.
66, 174 and 2, 1 minute 31.51. Over to Don for race number 14.
John?
250s, and it's John Dormer away well. John Dormer in the lead. Being chased by Jeff Sims and Julian Phipps. Arthur Livings in fourth in this one. He's riding 20 years ago in the North versus South and still riding well as John Dormer increases his lead from Jeffrey Sims, Julian Phipps. John Dormer, who rode very well down in Cornwall last week, also rode well at the Basingstoke meeting, I understand from the results. Increasing his lead from Jeff Sims. Julian Phipps still holding third. Arthur Livings fourth. As the leader comes round the top bend and up now to take the last lap flag. Really flying. Jeff Sims still holding second. Julian Phipps. Arthur Livings. Colin Beechin. Alan Dan. Martin Filmer and Steve Smith bringing up the rear. As the leaders, half a lap ahead from Steve Smith, comes around the top bend, up now to take the checker flag. It's a second win for the afternoon for John Dormer. From Jeff Sims, Arthur Livings and Julian Phipps. With Colin Beechin, Alan Dan.
Over to Don for race 15.
And they're away. Paul Watson getting a good start. It's Paul Watson and Robin Pilcher together. David Mears coming up the outside. It's David Mears takes the lead into the corner, followed by Paul Watson and Robin Pilcher. Dave Mears obviously got his sorted out. Les Card in fourth, then Michael Randall. But it's David Mears setting the pace this time with Paul Watson in second. Robin Pilcher, then Les Card coming up, they're moving up into third, challenging Paul Watson as they go into their top end. David Mears with Paul Watson and Les Card, then Robin Pilcher, Michael Randall, Doug French and Andy Hobden. The leader increasing his lead as Les Card moves up into second. Paul Watson going a little bit wide, letting him through. David Mears on his last lap now from Les Card. Paul Watson, Robin Pilcher, Michael Randall, Doug French and Andy Hobden. The field well spread out. The leader coming round now to take the checker flag. Looks over his shoulder. It's a win for David Mears from Les Card, who managed to stay on this time, and Paul Watson and Robin Pilcher. Michael Randall, Doug French and Andy Hobden.
My number only 139 64 331 174 620 119 110 1 minute 31.68. Over to Don for race 16.
And it's Adrian Harden off to a good start with Mike Webster coming up there. Sorry, Mike Webster. Malcolm Smith, I meant to say. Malcolm Smith who's taken the lead. Dave Green, Justin Shaw, Adrian Harden and Mike Webster. Then Andy Cullen. The leaders sort themselves out there. It's Malcolm Smith. Malcolm Smith from Justin Shaw. Justin Shaw taking the tight line, Malcolm Smith the outside line. Dave Green in third, Mike Webster in fourth, then Adrian Harden. A long gap, and we've got Andy Cullen nearly 3/4 of a lap behind, taking a steady coast around the outside as the lead has changed again now. It's Justin Shaw in the lead from Malcolm Smith. Mike Webster in third, Dave Green in fourth, then Adrian Harden. As the leaders start to lap the tail ender, Andy Cullen, it's Justin Shaw in the lead. Malcolm Smith slowing up a bit now, how he started. Looks as though it's going to be a win for Justin Shaw. It is a win for Justin Shaw from Malcolm Smith. A long way back, Mike Webster, Adrian Harden, Dave Green, with Andy Cullen being lapped there.
Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles. Riding for the south, number 2, Neville Penfold and John Mitten. Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Roger Measer, our captain, with Martin Bailey in the chair. Those sidecars then coming in to line 4. Race number 17. Getting themselves sorted out down there. Oh, Roger Measer has already had a win here this afternoon. So he'll be looking for his second win. No other race winners in this one, so can Roger Measer hold his own and get a maximum? What will happen? Very even at the moment with 31 points apiece. Couldn't be any closer after the first leg, and away they go up the first straight. Good start by Ivan Matthews and Neville Penfold, and Roger Measer going round the outside. He's up into second place now and goes up on the inside of Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles. So Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles getting all sorts of problems there, but they've got it straightened out and they're back on the track. Number 51, Roger Measer and Martin Bailey lead. Sorry, Steve Bailey. Roger Measer and Steve Bailey lead. Neville Penfold and John Mitten in second place. Then 39, Shane Baker and Clinton Martin. And Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles, then Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Paul Nunnery and Ian Wyle bringing up the rear. Those positions remaining unchanged and the race continues. Roger Measer walking away from the opposition. Look at that challenge there on for second place though, as the outfits touch. Part and keep going. 51, Roger Measer and Steve Bailey lead from Neville Penfold and John Mitten, then Shane Baker and Clinton Martin, then Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles, then Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Paul Nunnery and Ian Wyle bring up the rear. Look at that battle going on for third place between Shane Baker and Clinton Martin and Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles. No love lost there between those two as they fight for position. Round they come then, the last lap play goes. It's Roger Measer and Steve Bailey from number 2, Neville Penfold and John Mitten. Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles, then Shane Baker and Clinton Martin. And number 82, Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. Paul Nunnery and Ian Wyle still bringing up the rear. Ivan Matthews had that bit of trouble early on in this race, but he's now fighting for second place as he comes around the last turn. Roger Measer now has that checkered flag in sight. It's another win for the captain of the South, Roger Measer and Steve Bailey from Neville Penfold and John Mitten. Then Ivan Matthews and Mick Dowles. A troublesome ride, but they got through to third place. Then Shane Baker and Clinton Martin, then Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby, then Paul Nunnery and Ian Wyle. 18, and in race number 18 we have Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby, Bob Baseby and Kevin Simmons, Richard Jenner and Rick Colvin, Alan and John Blewett, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. So 99, Pete Colvin for the South, Rob Wilson for the South, Tim Bennett for the South, Bob Baseby, Richard Jenner and Alan Blewett all riding for the North. Jason Glennie has his hand up in the air there as Tim Bennett's not yet in line all ready to go. The rest of them are there and okay. The tapes go and on the first straight they go on their way to the first turn. A nice even break, but it's Tim Bennett that leads. Tim Bennett from Tony Baseby and then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones go round the outside to take the lead on the first turn. Rob Baseby, Kevin Simmons holding in second. Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie powering around the outside in third, taking up into second place as they go into that turn. Round we come then, number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones it is that lead from number 60 and number 12, right there, Richard Jenner and Rick Colvin. Pete Colvin. And basically fighting out the minor places. So the South lead again, and the South are there in second place. Then it's the North in third and fourth. So good points here to the Southern team if they can hold these positions. Number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. One and Trudy in the lead. Then number 12, Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. Then got basically Kevin Simmons. Mike Hard in third. And Alan and John Lewis there in fourth. So they can't accuse the South of team racing in this one, can they? They're miles apart. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones then. Take the last lap flag. From number 12, Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. Then Alan and John Blewett come past their teammates, Bob Basely and Kevin Simmons. Alan and John Blewett now chase hard on the heels of Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. Will he get there? Less than a lap remaining, half a lap to go. Out in front, the South, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In second place at the moment, the South, Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. Then the North take third and fourth places with Alan and John Blewett, Bob Basely and Kevin Simmons. Then Pete Colvin for the South. Then Richard Jenner for the North. So ends race number 18. Good ride there for Rob Wilson. On we go then with race number 19. Right-hand side cars again coming in a line for the North. Dave Steer and Mick Cave. Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds. Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. Sorry, I've done that wrong. I'll correct myself. We've got Dave Steer and Mick Cave. We've got Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis, but Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith. For the South, Kevin Gillen, Alan Murray and Ken Lane. Kevin Gillen and Joe Wright. Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. They line up for the South in race number 19, and it's underway, and up the first straight they go. Another nice even break as they got that first straight. Number 71 it is, Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis for the North that go into the lead. Ken Lane comes up on the inside, takes the advantage for Hamilton. What a pick up there for that second, third and fourth place. That was very, very tight, but they all got through there okay. So Ken Lane and Mark Edwards lead for the South. Drift a little bit wide on that turn, but they've got the lead from Dave Steer and Mick Cave for the North, then Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith for the North. The North takes second point here. South at the moment with a 10-point advantage, but this race could certainly offset some of that advantage. Round they come then, number 7. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards from Dave Steer and Mick Cave, then Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith, then the early leader Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis. Very fast these outfits, 1000cc machines, various engines being used. Number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards on their Kawasaki. Then the Golden Big Twins of Dave Steer and Rob Cameron. Rob Cameron makes up a lot of ground on Dave Steer there and finds to come up on the inside, but doesn't quite get there. The South leads, the North are in second and third and fourth places at the moment. Rob Cameron powers right around the outside, the checkered flag comes out. It's going to be a win for the South with Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, then Dave Steer and Mick Cave for the North, Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith there for the North. Then Mark Wells and Kevin Jarvis for the North. Then Alan Murray and Graham Reynolds for the South. The North have 59 points, the South have 66 points, so the North drawing back a few points in that last leg. This is the North versus South Solos, race number 20 in your programme. And up the first straight they go, and it looked like an early lead for Mike Beaumont, but Ricky Sanford goes by. Steve Wilson powers right round the outside, catching up a lot of ground on his teammate Ricky Sanford. So the South lead first and second places at the moment. 04 Ricky Sanford, 215 Steve Wilson. Mike Beaumont seems to be drifting backwards a little bit there. So the South in a very strong position at the moment, I believe in first, second and third places, with Paul Mitchell taking that third place. 215, Steve Wilson leads, 04 Ricky Sanford there in second place, then Paul Mitchell. then John Cook. John Cook riding there for the North, so the highest Northern at the moment is in 4th place. The Southerners lead. 1-5, Wilson very fast, wide and flying, making it up flying. Takes the last lap flag from Ricky Stanford in 2nd, then Paul Mitchell in 3rd, then John Cook, then Mike Beaumont, Ben Howe and Stuart Dempsey. So the South having a lot of fun in this one and adding points to the chart. Round the last turn, for the last time, Checkers back in inside, he winds the motor up again. 2-1-5, Steve Wilson wins. From Ricky Stanford 04 in 2nd place, then number 29, Paul Mitchell in 3rd, then John Cook in 4th, then Ben Howe in 5th, Mike Beaumont in 6th, Stuart Dempsey in 7th. Another all-action race. Race number 20.
04, 29, 14, 244, 32 and 121. No 8th finisher, winner's time 1 minute 26. Over to Martin.
Race number 21 underway already. Getting these races out fast this afternoon and straight into the lead goes 74, Duncan Tollers with number 86, Paul Hurry, Harbour in field. So it's Self in 1st and 2nd place at the moment. Duncan Tollers goes very wide, Paul Hurry comes up on the inside, but it's Duncan Tollers from Paul Hurry. Then we've got somebody on rerun of race number 21. Solo points now standing at 81 to the north, 109 to the south. Off they go. Up the first straight then. Very fast start there and not too sure quite who it is from this distance. Not going to Sean Tracy. There was number 61 Sean Tracy that led, but 74 Duncan Tollers forces his way through for the south. And as it was in the first leg, it was Duncan Tollers from Paul Hurry. So Duncan Tollers from Paul Hurry in 2nd place. Paul Hurry comes up the inside, takes the lead from his fellow teammate, 74 Duncan Tollers. Don't think they've heard of team racing, these boys, they're about to individuals. Round they come then, 86 Paul Hurry from 74 Duncan Tollers for the south. Then for the north, number 61 Sean Tacey and number 291 Mark Linden. To the first two of the Southerners, the second two of the Northerners. And the race continues. Paul Hurry well and truly in the lead from Duncan Tollers in 2nd place. Winding of ice up, the last lap flag goes already and Paul Hurry wheelies down there straight from Duncan Tollers, then number 61, Sean Tacey, then Mark Linden, then Jason Jennett, then John Wilson. And the race goes on. Paul Hurry wheeling up that back straight into the last turn for the last time. Very stylish, right like his dad used to out in front. Down they come then. 2nd back goes for 86 Paul Hurry from 74 Duncan Tollers in 2nd. Then Sean Tacey, then Mark Linden, then Jason Jennett, then John Wilson. Then Gary Tagg, then Lucas Dodd. So another good race there. Race number 22 now on. Race number 22 comes to the line. For the north, Jason Hilliard, John Murray, Dean Barker and Dave Steen. For the south, Darren Sutton, Alan Moggridge, Mark Loram and Chris Tritton. Well, Alan Moggridge and Mark Loram were both one win apiece in the first leg and Mark Loram leaps into the lead in this one with Alan Moggridge in 2nd place, Darren Sutton in 3rd. Then the first three are all from the Southern team and they into that 3rd turn. Round they come then, number 1, Mark Loram from Alan Moggridge, Darren Sutton. Dave Steen in 4th place, heading the Northern lads home. Then Jason Hilliard also riding for the North. So number 1, Mark Loram leads. From number 7, Alan Moggridge, then Darren Sutton, then Dave Steen, Jason Hilliard, and John Murray bringing up the rear. Very fast they come around there. Number 1, Mark Loram takes the last lap flag, looking in form for next week's Masters. From number 7, Alan Moggridge, then number 10, Darren Sutton, 12, Dave Steen, and Jason Hilliard, and John Murray. Just look at the lead there that Mark Loram has over the rest of this field. A long way back for 2nd place man. So they were with the front wheel in the air, a win for Mark Loram. In 2nd place, Alan Moggridge. They're both for the sale. In third place, number 10, Darren Sutton. And in fourth place, number 12, Dave Steen. Then Jason Hilliard. And John Murray bringing up the rear. Well, points before race 22, points before race 22 up to race 21 was North 106, South 100.
I'll give you an update on the solos as soon as I get it. And away, it's Wayne Andrews off to a good start. Wayne Andrews, and Lee Street who takes the lead. He streaks into the lead. In his first ever adult meeting, Lee Street obviously raced against Wayne Andrews before, but he's not letting himself down one bit. He's in the lead, and he's been doing a lot of this in schoolboy. Lee Street, his first adult meeting today, in the lead from Wayne Andrews, Tommy Palmer, Jeff Sims, Mark Giles, Julian Phipps, and Robin Pilcher. Lee Street's father used to ride quite a few years ago, and he's carrying on where his father left off. His other brother also rides well, but it's Lee Street in the lead from Wayne Andrews. Tommy Palmer goes around the outside there on that four-stroke special. Tommy Palmer won the 250 race at the Weald last weekend, and look at him carrying it on around there, speedway style. But it's still Lee Street holding on. A win for Lee Street from Tommy Palmer, Wayne Andrews, Mark Giles, Jeff Sims, Julian Phipps, and Robin Pilcher.
75, 21, 228, 26, 133, 73, 174 and 27, 1 minute 29.56. Over to Don.
And it's John Dormer in the lead from Terry Giles, who's moving up in the second with Arthur Livings in third as they go into the first bend. John Dormer already won 2 heats this afternoon in the lead in this third one. Arthur Livings really flying this afternoon on that very faithful Bull Tarka of his. Rode at the North versus South 20 years ago and still riding well. Terry Giles now moving up into second. So it's John Dormer. How's it on around the top end, followed by Terry Giles. Arthur Livings, then David Mears, then Colin Beechin, then Jonathan Gibbons, and then Martin Filmer bringing up the rear. Number 227, Robert Andrews, is a non-starter in this one, and he will be for the rest of the afternoon. We've just been informed. As John Dormer comes round to take the last lap flag, still going well. In second is Terry Giles. Arthur Livings, David Mears, Colin Beechin. As the leader comes around the top bend now, taking it reasonably easy. Got the checker flag in sight. A win for John Dormer from Terry Giles. Arthur Livings, David Mears still keeps looking down as though something's wrong there with Colin Beechin. Jonathan Gibbons coming to the line now for race 25. Adrian Harden, Dean Cameo, Jamie Pantry, Stephen King, Steve Smith, John Pilcher, Richie Knight, Roy Comm because he's non-starter, and Alan Dan. And they're away. Richie Knight gets down to it and takes the lead straight away from Stephen King and Dean Cameo with Jamie Pantry at fourth. It's Richie Knight in the lead from Dean Cameo. Cameo on his antique Suzuki, antique Honda I should say, but it's Richie Knight on his new track Suzuki in the lead and pulling away slightly from Dean Cameo on his antique Honda, then Steve King, then Jamie Pantry, then John Pilcher, but the pressure's on at the front. Richie Knight still being chased by Dean Cameo. Good scrap going on for third place between Jamie Pantry and Steve King. Richie Knight looks behind to see where Dean Camia is. He's quite a way back. As Richie Knight comes down from the top bend now to take the last lap flag. How's it on? That's Suzuki going well today. Dean Camia, Robin Pilcher, Jamie Pantry and Stephen King. Alan Dan, Adrian Harden and Steve Smith bringing up the rear as the leader goes into the top bend for the last time. Takes it easy around it, works it out of it now. Coming down the finishing straight to take the checkered flag. A win there for Richie Knight from Dean Camia, John Pilcher, Jamie Pantry, Steve King, Alan Dan, Adrian Harden and Steve Smith.
44, 49, 120, 66, 20, 2 and 47. 1 minute 30.83. Back to Don for race 26.
Yes, race 26 being the 500cc solo support. Their third leg. And they're away. David Mears getting off to a good start, also Paul Watson. David Mears on the outside, Paul Watson on the inside. And there's Robin Pilcher and Malcolm Smith coming up there very quickly. David Mears in the lead, Paul Watson. Robin Pilcher, Malcolm Smith, Dave Green and Justin Shaw bringing up the rear. David Mears going very well in the lead. But Paul Watson in second, Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw, Malcolm Smith and Dave Green bringing up the rear this time. Dave Mears increasing his lead all the time from Paul Watson. Coming up now to take his last lap flag. Paul Watson going well in second, Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw, Malcolm Smith and Dave Green. Dave Mears comes up to take the checker flag. It's a win for Dave Mears. From Robin Pilcher, Paul Watson, Justin Shaw and Malcolm Smith. And Dave Green bringing up the rear.
187, 10 and 869. 1 minute 29.76. Over to Don for race 27.
No Stuart Dempsey in this one and no Graham Knievel, but taking the place of Graham Knievel, Les Card. And it's Les Card that gets off to a good start. No, it's not. It's Michael Randall, senior. Michael Randall in the lead as they come out that first bend, followed by Mick Webster, then Les Card, then Doug French, then and Les Card not lost any of his old style, powering it around the outside. He was known for going around the outside. He's in the lead now. Les Card, a bit of a card he is, or was. In the lead is Les. An ace card he is. In the lead from Mike Webster, Michael Randall, Doug French, Andy Hogben, then Adrian Harden and Andy Cullen bringing up the rear, taking it very slowly. The leader, Les Card, obviously at the front where he likes to be. Quick look over his shoulder. Mike Webster going well in second. Les Card increasing his lead from Mike Webster. Michael Randall still holding on to third. then Doug French, then Adrian Hart. As the leader comes round, the win to Les Card from Mike Webster, Michael Randall, Doug French and Adrian Harden, and
followed by the Sussex Super on the 22nd of September, a national meeting. But away they go. This is the North versus South. It's the right-hand side cars. And number 3 for the North, Alan and John Blewett go straight into the lead, with Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby there in second place. Fourth to third, and from third up to second, Roger Measer and Steve Bailey. They now line up on the back wheel of number 3, Alan and John Blewett. So the North lead. South are in second and third places at the moment. Then the North, and then the South. So the points quite well spread in this one at the moment. Roger Measer and Steve Bailey struggling to try and make up any ground on the leader from the North, Alan and John Blewett. But Roger Measer steams in very hard round that turn. Gains a lot of ground on Alan and John Blewett, but it's not enough. Alan and John Blewett still need a half distance from Roger Measer and Steve Bailey, then Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith. Then Pete Colvin and Paul Baseby. And these are now fighting for the lead. He's coming up right on the back wheel of Alan and John Blewett. Will he do it this lap? He's only got a lap after this in which to do it. He comes up on the inside. Roger Measer takes the lead from Alan and John Blewett in second. Then Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith. Alan Blewett fights back on the inside up, then comes back at Roger Measer. The race isn't over yet. Alan and John Blewett very quick to that straight, but Roger Measer holds the throttle on that second longer and makes sure to hold the advantage. But he's got a bit wide around that turn, and Alan and John Blewett come up on the inside. It's all action up to the checkered flag, but a win for Roger Measer and Steve Bailey from Alan and John Blewett. Then Rob Cameron and Adam Coper-Smith. Then very close on the line there between Pete Colvin and Mark Wells and Rick Colvin. Dave Steer and Mick Cave. Shane Baker and Clinton Martin. Riding then for the South, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, Neville Penfold and John Mitten, Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. That's the lineup for race 29. North versus the South, right-hand chairs lining up there, waiting to do battle. Rob Wilson with the previous win under his belt. Two wins, in fact, under his belt already this afternoon. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones going for maximum points then in this one. Up the straight they go then. Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby had the lead into the lead at the first turn, but Shane Baker and Vincent Martin through there. James Steer and Mick Cave in third place at the moment is 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. So, all action there. The North leading first and second places, throwing his competition once again wide open. 39 then. Shane Baker and Vincent Martin from Dave Steer and Mick Cave. Then Rob Wilson coming hard there, trying to come through the second place, but they didn't quite get there. Round the turn they come then. It's still 39, Shane Baker and Vincent Martin, and then number 17, Dave Steer and Mick Cave pushing home hard in third place, and Rob Wilson and Vincent Jones still holding third, but the North are dominating at the moment. This could be enough points to put the advantage back to the North. Round that turn they come then, very fast indeed, a very tight line there for Shane Baker and Vincent Martin as they start their last lap ahead of Dave Steer and Mick Cave with Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, then Neville Penfold and John Mitten, then Stephen Turner and Tony Baseby. And then Ricky Jenner and Rick Colvin bringing up the rear. Half a lap remaining in this race then, and the North dominating the event at the moment. They're coming round that turn very quick indeed. 39, Shane Baker and Clinton Martin head towards that checkered flag. First place to the North, second place to the North, third place to the South. Then again the South, then the South. And bringing up the rear, the North, Richard Jenner and Rick Colvin. Well, that must... those two Coming up the back of the start line now, getting in next to the starter, who I believe is Bob Penfold. The tapes go and away go the bikes up that first straight again. They're heading towards the first turn. It's another very fast start by Tim Bennett. Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie lead. Ivan Matthews and Mick Dales come from the outside, cut across the front line. Ken Lane's gone through into second place. So Ivan Matthews and Mick Dales lead from Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, then Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie. Round they come then, round that bottom turn, making the dust fly. Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie, Nick Gillen and Joe Ryan, Rob Batesby, Kevin Simmons, Paul Nunnery and Ian Weil. So the North lead this one. There was only 1 point separating the two teams before this race, and now the North get in and score with a win. If they can just hold on for just over one more lap. Ivan Matthews and Mick Dales then from Ken Lane and Mark Edwards for the South, then Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie for the South. Kevin Gibbs and Joe Ryan for the South. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards, Tim Bennett and Jason Glennie, Bob Batesby and Kevin Simmons, Mick Gillen and Joe Wright, Paul Nunnery and Ian Weil. So the checkered flag being made ready, through the dust they come. A win for the North. Ivan Matthews and Mick Dales, into the South in second and third. And the North in sixth, very evenly spread about there, those points. Be interesting to see how they stand at the end, excluded for course cutting. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards excluded for course cutting. We'll give you the official result again of that in a moment. This is race number 31. Back in with the solos. Paul Hurry is the beat, with Alan Moggridge trying to go around the outside. So the South there. South in full force. Paul Hurry leads, Alan Moggridge there in second. And the Northerners start roaming in second and third places. Stuart Dempsey there in third, fighting through, fighting through to third place now, but look at those two at the front. Teammates they are. On the track they become enemies. 86 Graham Hurry, number 7, Alan Moggridge. Alan Moggridge gaining a few yards on Paul Hurry up that straight. Paul Hurry leads. Alan Moggridge in second place. Then Stuart Dempsey holding third. Very wide for Alan Moggridge. Paul Hurry leading there with a wheelie as he starts his last lap from Alan Moggridge in second place. Then Stuart Dempsey riding for the North in third. Then Jason Hilliard riding for the North in fifth. And then John Murray riding also for the North in sixth. Round that turn they come in very fast indeed. The checkered flag going for number 86, Paul Hurry. From number 7, Alan Moggridge. From 121, Stuart Dempsey. 111, Jason Hilliard and Ricky Sanford. For the North, John Cook, Gary Tagg, Mike Beaumont, Sean Tacey. That's the lineup for race 32. On away they go up the first straight. Another very fast start by the South captain, number 1, Mark Lauren. Mark Lauren violating the opposition here this afternoon, as he hopes to next week at the morning circuit. Mark Lauren from Steve Wilson. From Sean Tacey. So the South first and second, and then the North in third and the South in fifth. And the other 3 members of the Northern team at the back, but trouble hit. Number 10, Darren Sutton, at 101 this afternoon. 101, Darren Sutton seems to get a bit of trouble, but he's back in the running. Number 1 then, Mark Lauren leads. 215, Steve Wilson in second, then Sean Tacey. Then Gary Tagg, additional runner. I couldn't find him in the program there for a second, but he is an additional runner, Gary Tagg. Look at the style of number 1, Mark Lauren. Is he to be the 1991 Masters champion? Certainly looks good enough for here. Number 1, Mark Lauren leads from Steve Wilson, Sean Tacey, Gary Tagg, Darren Sutton, Mike Beaumont. The other one there was John Cook. All the checkers flag goes, and that's the third win of the afternoon. Look at that wheelie. Number 1, Mark Moran wins. Steve Wilson comes home in second place. Then Sean Stacey. Then Gary Tagg, Darren Sutton, Mike Beaumont, and John Cook.
1, 2, 1, 5.
Another race win for the South. 33 leaves the line. The last solo qualifying North horse versus the South leg, and it looks like the Northern man has gone to lead. Number 2, line 1, Mark Linton. This is the one that's called program. Mark Linton leads the North at the moment. The late challenge from the Northern side then 74 Duncan Thomas is in second and 29 Paul Mitchell there in third. So we haven't seen much from the Northern team out in the front in the solo classes. We've had a very strong Southern team this afternoon, but they're fighting back with the vengeance now. Interested to see us on their home territory next year. 291 Mark Linden leads from 74 Duncan Thomas, then 29 Paul Mitchell. I think that was Ben Howe then next, and then Jason Jennett. Jason Jennett taking it. Ben Howe up that back straight. Round they come round the third, then right up the motor, starting the last lap. It's going to be a win for the Northern side. Number 291, Mark Linden from 74, Duncan Thomas. Then 29, Paul Mitchell. Then Jason Jennett and Ben Howe really at it side by side there. I think John Wilson seems to have gone down right by the burger bar, so I'm sure he'll get himself something to eat while he's there. Second flag goes. 291, Mark Linden wins. 74 Duncan Thomas takes second. Then 29 Paul Mitchell. Then 244 Ben Howe. Then 165 Jason Jennett. Then 65 Lucas Dodd.
244, 165 and 65. Winners time 1 minute 25.50 seconds. Now we have the schoolboys coming out to give the demonstration, and that's Adrian Phipps coming up there in first place. I think it's a bit of a handicap start, with Paul Joins in second and Darren Shan bringing up the rear. This is Adrian Phipps, the younger brother of Julian Phipps, who rides 76. Paul Joins, otherwise known as Butch, as Darren Shand has dropped it up the top there. And Gary Tagg taking up the lead from Jason Hilliard. Jason Hilliard trying to go around the outside. Gary Tagg on the inside. Gary Tagg, Jason Hilliard. Jason Hilliard trying to go through on the inside this time, but the power comes on and Gary Tagg takes over and increases his lead straight away from Jason Hilliard, who lost a lot of ground there. So it's Gary Tagg in this runoff for the 10th and final place in the final, leading Jason Hilliard. That corner certainly slows them down. Gary Tagg from Jason Hilliard in this runoff. Gary Tagg powering his pressure on. On his last lap now. Jason Hilliard taking a completely different line. Gets screwed up there a bit. So it looks as though it's going to be 69, Gary Tagg, the 10th and final rider in the final. Riders coming to the line for the 250 final. They're away. John Dormer and Richie Knight gets a good start. Richie Knight takes the lead from John Dormer. Wayne Andrews, Lee Street. Right, Richie Knight leads out of that first bend. With John Dormer in second, Lee Street in third, Wayne Andrews, Jeff Sims, Terry Giles, Tommy Palmer. John Dormer now taking the lead on the second bend, but Richie Knight comes back again and inside. John Dormer going a bit wide, Lee Street up in a second. So it's Richie Knight in the lead from Lee Street. Lee Street in his first adult meeting from John Dormer in third. Then Wayne Andrews. Jeff Sims dropped it on that bottom bend there. He's okay, he's crawling away from his bike. As last man John Pilcher comes round. The leader up the top there, it's Richie Knight. John Dormer trying to get round Lee Street as they come round the top end. But it's Richie Knight on his new track Suzuki. John Dormer on his BRM Honda, then Lee Street on his antique Kajiva, then Wayne Andrews on his BRM Honda. As Richie Knight still increases his lead, and Lee Street's got second back again. John Dormer trying to go round the outside. In second place, swapping and changing quite frequently. Richie Knight now, Lee Street, John Dormer, Wayne Andrews, Tommy Palmer, Terry Giles, veteran Arthur Livings. We lost Jamie Pantry, we lost somebody else over there as well. I think we lost Tommy Palmer this time. It's Richie Knight now from Lee Street, who's really going well. They're on their last lap now. The race is being stopped. The race is being stopped as they were just starting their last lap. They're away. Now sort this one out. That's Paul Watson and Robin Pilcher, but David Mears taking the lead as they go into the first bend. David Mears it is. Paul Watson trying to go around the outside. David Mears and Paul Watson, John Pilcher, Malcolm Smith, Justin Shaw, Adrian Harden, Mike Webster, and Doug French bringing up the rear. Yeah, so Tony Watson dropped it there. Paul Watson, Tony's his old man. Dave Mears still in the lead from Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw, Mike Webster. Paul Watson making up a lot for coming off there. He's got to get amongst them again. Half a lap behind the leader and he's down again. David Mears. Still Robin Pilcher in second, Justin Shaw in third, Mike Webster in fourth. Good scrap going on between Doug French and Adrian Harden as Paul Watson decided he's had enough and he's going back into the paddock now. Dave Mears, almost half a lap on Robin Pilcher, then Justin Shaw, Mike Webster. Still a good battle going on between Doug French and Adrian Harden. As David Mears comes up to take his last lap flag. Still almost half a lap lead from Robin Pilcher, Justin Shaw, Mike Webster, and Doug French got the better of Adrian Harden this time, but Adrian Harden trying to go on the inside. As the leader comes around to take the checkered flag, a great win for David Mears. With Robin Pilcher in second. Justin Shaw, Mike Webster. Still the scrap going on right to the last between Doug French and Adrian Harden.
North versus south, final on the line then. 51 Roger Mears, 7 Ken Lane, 17 Dave Steer, 39 Shane Baker, 24 Rob Wilson, 15 Ivor Matthews. That's the lineup. For the south then, 51 Roger Mears and Steve Bailey, 17 Dave Steer and Mick Cave, 24 Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. For the north, for the south, 51 Roger Mears, number 7 Ken Lane, and number 24 Rob Wilson. For the north, number 39 Shane Baker, 17, Dave Steer, and 15, Ivor Matthews. That's the lineup, officially separating them north and south for you. Lining up then on the line then. Who's going to win? Will it be Roger Measer? Will it be Dave Steer? Will it be Rob Wilson? Ivor Matthews, Shane Baker, or Ken Lane, and their passengers respectively. Under starters' orders and away they go. A nice even break for the final. Roger Measer gets up to the turn first. It's Roger Measer from Dave Steer and Ken Lane. Ken Lane goes right up on the inside. Takes the lead as they come out of that turn. It's Ken Lane that goes for it. Dave Steer in second place. Then Roger Measer back in third. Ivor Matthews in fourth. Rob Wilson in fifth. Shane Baker in sixth at the back at the moment. Round that turn they come in very quick indeed. It's Ken Lane powering on. Ivor Matthews goes into the centre of the green. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards leading for the south. From Dave Steer and Mick Cave for the north in second, and then Drucken, yes, right, but Drucken needs that, and Steve Bailey taking second place. So the south are now in first and second position. Round the turn they come then. Flat out up that straight. Ken Lane and Mark Edwards from Roger Measer and Steve Bailey. Dave Steer and Mick Cave, then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones in fourth place, pushing harder on the back wheel of Dave Steer and Mick Cave. Well, the fight is on at the front now as Roger Measer makes up a bit of ground on Ken Lane. The two Southerners not team right in there, definitely in for the kill, and they're going to be there at the end of this race, one way or the other. Roger Measer comes very fast, right up the inside of Ken Lane like he was standing still and caught him napping. Ken Lane fights back and tries to go around the outside. Roger Measer goes very wide. Ken Lane cuts up on the inside. It's going to be tight up the line here, but it's 51 Roger Measer that leads. Chris Steve Bailey from Ken Lane and Mark Edwards. Then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones have got past. Dave Steer and Mick Cave, they're up to third. Ivor Matthews comes back in the running. Well, it's all action, and the action stops in just one lap's time. Here comes the last lap flag. Shane Baker's not in front. It's 51 Roger Measer and Steve Bailey that lead from Ken Lane and Mark Edwards holding a good second. Then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones challenging hard in third. So it's south, south, south in the final, and then north, north, north. Round the last turn they come, winding those bikes up. 51, Roger Measer and Steve Bailey win. Number 7, Ken Lane and Mark Edwards are in second place. Then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Dave Steer and Mick Cave. Ivor Matthews and Mick Dowes. Shane Baker and Clinton Martin still coming round. Well, there was a right turnout for the books, that was, with the South men finishing the first, second and third places and the North in fourth, fifth being retallied. We used to show our appreciation of the riders by tooting the hooters and flashing car headlights. Now come on, do something for your money.
They used to leave their headlights on permanently.
Solos, north versus the south, points before the final, 192 to the north, 229 to the south. 192 to the north, 229 to the south. Riders coming into line now. Mark Loram, Paul Hurry, Alan Moggridge, Duncan Toller, Steve Wilson, Mark Linden, Sean Tacey, Ben Howe, Jason Jennett and Gary Tagg. That's the runners for the north versus the south 500cc final. I can see the revs rising, the tapes going up the first straight they lead. It looks like Paul Hurry that's away, but Mark Loram outguns him on the straight. Mark Loram leads from Paul Hurry in second, then Duncan Tollers in third. So it's south, south, south at the front. Then the northern men come in. But around they come very quick. Mark Loram. We wish him every luck next week in the Masters Championship. Mark Loram leads from Paul Hurry in second. From 74, Duncan Tollis there in third. Mark Linden, but the big battle going on there for the fourth place. Number 1, Mark Moran leads from 86, Paul Hurry from 74, Duncan Tollis, 29, Mark Linden, 61, Sean Tracy, 244, Ben Howden, Alan Mogridge, then Jason Jennett, Gary Tagg, and Steve Wilson, who stood up on the paddock turn, but is now back with a vengeance. Yellow flags to them, Jason Jennett drops it down the bottom turn. Mark Loram makes no mistake though, he's well clear of Paul Hurry. So it's Mark Loram, Paul Hurry, Duncan Tollis. Mark Winston, Ben Howe, Alan Mogridge. Gary Tagg brings up the rear, then, oh not the rear, no, he's got two more after that, the boys that fell off and rebounded. Mark Loram then continues his winning way over Paul Hurry in the hurry from second place. Then Mark Linden, then Duncan Tollis, Ben Howe, Sean Tracy, Alan Mogridge. So Mark Loram comes around that turn, he throws it sideways, he's catching up with those tail enders. Takes the last lap flag, just one lap from victory. Mark Loram leads. Look at that wheelie from Paul Hurry in second place. Then Mark Linden the first, Northern Highland, Duncan Tollis, then Ben Howe, and Sean Tracy, Alan Mogridge, Gary Tagg, Steve Wilson and Jason Jennett. Here comes the leader. Will we get a victory wheelie? No, he rolls the motor off as he goes over the line. Very steady win there for Mark Loram over Paul Hurry in second place, then Mark Linden, then Duncan Tollis, then Ben Howe, Sean Tracy, Alan Mogridge, Gary Tagg, Steve Wilson and Jason Jennett. Well, that's the end of the last race this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I ask you to give very strongly to the St John's Ambulance blanket collection on the gate. Please give as generously as you can to the St John's Ambulance collection on the gate. Don said it all earlier, I don't need to repeat it. Give as generously as you can. Here comes the victor, number 1, Mark Loram, with the second place man 86 Paul Hurry and third place man Mark Linden. You ready over here with them car routers? Get yourselves in action. Don't drive off till he's gone. Mark Loram then. Rides for Kings Lynn Speedway, but rode down here at the north versus the south this afternoon. Won 4 races from 4 stars.